This video is a kind of a reaction to a certain video niliona kwa hizi streets za social media. So I just want to react to it. Or, let's just say that this video is inspired by another video. So it's fair enough that I get to play the video, you get to see it, and so that you can connect with what I will talk about. So see this.
Kuna watu wa money market fund. Manze, enda utoe pesa yako, tumia wewe, enda uweke duka, acha ujinga bana. Unawekeza 100k, miaka mbili unapata 24k. Mwaka mmoja ni 12k. Yeah, 1 month ni 1000. Sasa hiyo inakusaidia aje? Hiyo ni investment kweli? Hiyo si investment my friend. Enda utoe pesa yako, kula maswiti, ni December, jienjoy, enda Mombasa, tumia pesa yako. Wacha 24k in 2 years, kwani itakufanyia? Hata sasa hiyo ukipetoa 24k, huwezi maliza mwezi nayo. Hiyo sasa after 2 years unadhani utamaliza wiki nayo. Acheni ufala bana. Enda utoe pesa yako, enda uweke, enda patia mamako, hata utapata baraka. Bariki mamako nazo. Enda ununue hata kashake huko Maimai huko ndani. After miaka mbili niko sure huwezi uza, hata huwezi uza ati 124,000. After miaka mbili utauza hata 200k. Unaona hiyo ina make sense? Sasa acha bana, acheni ujinga bana. Na uko hapa hivi kwa conversations zote lazima uweke nimeinvest. Mimi na look up to the future. Mimi niko sorted kwa future. Acha ujinga bana. Wache tupumue juu ya neno investment. Acha ufala, toa pesa yako.
Of course I saw the video and as an individual who is so much interested in personal finance, of course I take time to think about it. I took time to think about it, and of course niliingia mpaka kwa comments and saw the comments, and let me just say that the comment section was a mixed reaction, where some people are in support of whatever was said in the video, and of course others were against what was said in the video. Now, I'm not in any way trying to respond to the guy, but I'm just giving my point of view, and maybe to guide that person who might watch this video and feel confused. So, number one point that is said in that video is that money market funds are not an investment. So, there's something that we can refer to as the investment quadrant. And when we talk about investments, we are talking about a trade between risk and return. So these are two things that you can never leave out when you are talking about investment. And the risk in an investment might be high or low, same as return. You can have an investment with a high return or a low return. So I want us to make a quadrant here so that we can do a combination of the two, and we get to see whether a money market fund is an investment or not. So on this side, let's have return, and we have seen that the return might be high or low. On the other end, let's have risk. Similarly, the risk can be high or low. Now we get to have a combination of the two. Let's just complete our quadrant here. So in this part, we have high risk. We have high risk. We have high return. High return. In the second quadrant, we have high risk. high risk and low return. Let's get to the third quadrant where we have low risk, high return. And in the last quadrant, we have low risk, and we have low return. Now, that is a quadrant, what we refer to as an investment quadrant, that shows the relationship between risk and return. And there is one quadrant that we can all agree that they should not exist, because no individual should try to invest in investment that in that search of a quadrant. You cannot try to invest in an investment that has high risk and low return. It does not make sense. So automatically you can cancel that out. So we are not going to discuss about that quadrant, because no one should try to invest there. Why should you invest in an investment that gives you low returns, but the risk is way high? So that is a quadrant that we are not going to discuss. Now, let's start here. What are examples of investments that have low risk and high return and low return? So this quadrant is where you find investments such as treasury bills. Number 2, treasury bonds. Number 3, we can have money market fund, which is our interest in this video. Number 4, we can have fixed deposits that are offered by commercial banks. Fixed deposit account. So you can see the kind of investments that are in that category of low risk, low return. So those guys that invest their money in money market fund, see wajinga as the guy says. These individuals are very aware that that is a low risk investment, and definitely to be a low return investment. So si ati hawajui, they are aware, and si wajinga, and that is where their risk appetite is, or that is the best that they can do with their current financial situation. Now, I think the guy suggests that these guys should stop putting their money in the money market funds, na wanunue kashaki ya 100k so that they can sell it in 2 years for 200k. I think investments such as real estate can come to this category of low risk, high return. So maybe here we have we can have investments such as real estate. We can have businesses that you have enough information. That is a low risk and high return. In fact, he also suggests that they should also waende waeke kaduka pahali. So that is business. We can have other passive investment like shares and EFTs. Now, now we are not going to dwell so much on this, but this is for high risk, high return. This is where we find the investments such as forex trading, maybe crypto, gambling if at all it is an investment. So this is how the investment quadrant looks like. And you see the individuals that invest in money market funds are in this quadrant, are in the fourth quadrant. And this guy suggests that they should move from this quadrant and come to the third quadrant where they wanafaa kununua kasha yake ama waeke kaduka, and they get better returns. But he also suggests that pia wanaweza pea wazazi hiyo pesa ndo wabarikiwe. Okay. So different individuals have different levels of risk, what we call risk appetite. So there is a guy who cannot take risk that is beyond this. Kumwambia aende aeke duka, hiyo story hata ikubali. And that's who they are. That's their risk appetite. So they always go for low risk investments despite knowing that they have low returns. So it's not that ni wajinga, that is their level of risk that they are able to accommodate. Or the other things that can place them in can make them place their money in a money market fund instead of kununua kasha yake ama kuweka kaduka is their current financial situations. Ideally, when you are trying to build up your finances, or you are starting your journey towards savings and investments, this is where you start, in the fourth quadrant, where you have low risk, low return. And in this quadrant, you need to guard your small money by all means. That's why you always go for low risk, low return investment. So if you have a money market fund account, I just want to confirm to you that wewe sio mjinga as the guy suggests. Either it is what risk that you can accommodate, or that is what you can do at your current financial situation. You cannot tell me that a guy who has 100k in a money market fund anafaa kuchukua hii pesa akuja anunue kasha yake and be left with 0 Kenya shillings emergency fund. Sawa? You cannot have all your funds in a real estate investment. Like ukipata emergency saa hii, before you try thinking of disposing that land, haitakusaidia. So someone with 100k mbele nyuma hawezi chukua hiyo pesa akuje anunue shamba. He will put that money in a money market fund because there he will get some returns, and he will still have access to his or her funds that in case of emergency anaweza access your pesa. In fact, majority of people use money market funds account as accounts where they hold their emergency funds, not really as investments. So we are done with the first part. The other part, this guy is so mad because an investment of 100k in money market fund inapeana a return of 24k in 2 years. He is so mad with that. In fact, anasema 24k huwezi maliza nayo mwezi. Now, there are many people who with 24k they can do a lot, and you cannot convince me that if I'm not able to go into real estate or to go into business, maybe because of my current occupation, that I should leave 100k kwa bank ili baki tu ikiwa 100k in 2 years, juu hiyo 24k haiwezi nisaidia. I'm sure for many people this 22k, this 24k can do a lot. We are in a period of paying school fees. The 24k can be used to pay school fees for one of your kids. So I don't understand how someone can say such words. So we should only invest in investment that give us returns that should last for more than a month. Juu yeye amekasirika sana juu 24k haiwezi maliza mwezi. So if an investment haipeani returns zenye zinamaliza mwezi, tunafaa kuachana nayo. And that is it from the video. And I also got to check the comment section. And one of the comments that interested me is a guy who was saying that I think alieka 10k for 1 year, compare 1k. Akaitoa mbio. Now, does this mean sasa huyu alitoa hii ikiwa 11k, alienda akanunua shamba ama akaweka kaduka? Kuna shamba ya 100k kweli? So it does not make sense. Someone else was saying that money market funds account for billionaires and millionaires. Ati toa hiyo 2k yako hapo. And I would say that it's not only about money market fund, but any investment that is interest based, the principle is the same. The higher the principle, the higher the interest. And so huwezi eka 10k then you expect much, because the principle is the higher the interest, the higher the principle, the higher the interest. But the same guy that is commenting that hiyo 2k umeweka kwa money market fund, unafaa kuitoa uikule the day that you get an emergency that needs 2,000 and you don't have someone who can even lend that money to you. That is the important. That is the day you know the importance of having that 2k in that money market fund. So, in a nutshell, a money market fund is a low risk, low return investment, and I'm sure anyone going into that kind of investment, they are already aware. And if you already have a money market fund account, wewe sio mjinga.